in a complex, if you have different ligands present, then they will be named according to alphabetical order. Now, first of all, you have to see that whether I have written the complex correctly or not. So, it's not correct because NH3 will be written after Cl and Cn because it starts with nitrogen. So, in the naming, first you are going to write potassium, then give a space. Then you have to name the ligands, and after naming of the ligands, you write the name of the metal. So, in ligands, this one is amine, this is cyano, and this is chloro or chlorido. So, amine you will write first because it starts with A. Then you will write chloro or chlorido, anything you can write because it starts with C. Cyano also starts with C, but after C in cyano there is a Y, whereas in chloro there is an H. So, chloro comes before cyano in alphabetical order. So, first in the naming of the coordination complex, you have to write amine. Then we will write chloro. And then we will write cyano, and then you will write the name of the metal. Now, this is still not a correct naming because if I just write amine, chloro and cyano, it does not indicate how many amine molecules are present, how many chloro molecules are present, and how many cyano molecules are present. And one more thing, you will notice that here I have written the spelling of amine as A-M-I-N-E, but when I am writing the name, I write double M. So, that is again an IUPAC rule, that is when you write the name of amine in a complex, then you have to use double M instead of a single M. So, it will be A-double-M-I-N-E. If the same ligand is present more than once, then the prefix is di, tri, penta or hexa used. Like the problem we faced previously, just that if I just write amine, if I just write chloro, if I just write cyano, it does not indicate how many amines are present, how many chloros are present. So, to indicate them, these prefixes are used. This is our complex. So, potassium. Then I told you have to write amine's name first because it starts with A. But there are 4 of amines present, so you will write tetra. Tetra stands for 4, di stands for 3, di stands for 2, tri stands for 3, penta stands for 5, hexa is for 6. So, tetraamine. And when you are writing tetra and you are writing amine, if your prefix ends with A and your name of the ligand also starts with A, then you do not omit any of the A's. Write both of the A's even if it gives you double A's there. So, it will be tetra. In tetra there is an A. So, it ends with A. Amine starts with an A. So, there is an A. Tetraamine. Then we have only one chlorine. So, tetraamine chloro. And we have only one cyano. So, tetraamine chlorocyano, and then we write the name of the metal. Now, notice there is no space at all between any of the name of the ligands. So, the ligands also have to be, there have to be no spaces between the name of the ligands also. Now, if the ligand includes the prefix di or tri, then what you will do? Like if I have En, So when I'm writing the name, I'll write ethylene diamine. So if I write diethylene diamine, that does not like sound good. So instead of writing di here, I'll write bis. So it will be bisethylene if there are two ENs. So it will be bisethylene diamine. If it's tri-EN, there are two of tri-EN. Tri-EN is triethylene diamine. So you cannot use tri and di. You will have to use bis. So you will be writing bis triethylene diamine. And in this case, in case of ethylene diamine or triethylene diamine or diethylene diamine, just write one single M. There will be no two M's, just a single M here. So bis means that they are present twice. Tris means that they are present thrice. Now your name of the metal, what you are giving the name of the metal, that depends upon whether the complex in which the metal is present is an anionic complex or whether it's a cationic complex. If the complex is anionic, then the name of the central metal atom will end in ate. If the complex is cationic or neutral, the name of the central metal atom is written as such. In this, the complex is a cationic complex. Cobalt is present within a cationic complex. So the name, in writing of the name of the complex, you will write hexaamine cobalt and then give a space and then write chloride. Okay, naming is still not finished. This does not mean that this is the correct name. We have still some more points to add to this naming. So this is a culmination of all the points we have studied till now. It's not the entire thing. So hexaamine cobalt, because the cobalt is present in a cationic complex. Now if the cobalt is present in an anionic complex, COCN6 3 negative. So if this is an anionic complex, instead of 3 negative, let's just write Na3 here, right? We're just balancing the charge, so we write Na3. So this will be sodium. Then we'll write hexacyano. This is an anionic complex. So the name of the central metal atom is going to end in ate. So hexacyano cobaltate. Right? So you have to give it thought that whether the complex is your cationic complex or whether the complex is an anionic complex. If you have an anionic complex and you just write cobalt or you just write the simple name of the metal, no points will be given for that. It will be an entirely incorrect name even if you have named the ligands correctly and the ligands which are outside correctly. Even then the entire thing will be crossed and you'll get 0 marks for it.